Hi, today we are going to kind of take a step back from customary units and take a look at some line plots. Now, a line plot is fairly simple. You're just counting how many of something there is using x's. So for example, for the number 1 right here, I have 2. For the number 2, I have 4. Now, because you're in 4th grade, we can use fractions. So I can do 1/3 and 2/3. And it still means the same. There are 2 1/3s and 4 2/3s. So we use this to keep track of things and to kind of put it into a model or a graph that you can kind of understand and to help you interpret it. So let's take a look at the first one and go ahead and start creating it. Here's the data I am giving. The first thing we need to do is we need to order this data from least to greatest. So I'm going to take a look at all of this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 numbers I need to order. Which one is least? 1/4 or 3/4? Well, I know 1/4. So step 1, 1/4 is less. Then I move on. I have 3/4, 1/4, 4/4. Which one is less? If you said 1/4, you are correct. And then I have to do it again. I have 3/4, 4/4, 1/4. Which one is least? 1/4 is correct. I have 3 1/4. I had to do it for each one of those. Now I can take a look at what's left, 3/4 and 4/4. Which one is least? Well, 3/4. Then I have 4/4 and 4/4. They're the same. So I'm just going to write it once and then one more time. And now I have everything in order from least to greatest. I am now going to create a number line. I am going to draw a line. Please draw your line as well. And I am going to plot using my fractions up here. I have 1/4. After 1/4 comes 2/4, then 3/4, then 4/4. So now that I have created a number line, I'm going to plot, this is step 3 now, plot an X above the number line for each data point. I have 1/4, 2, and 3. I have 3 1/4. I'm just going to move this out of our way. Now I can do 2/4. I don't see any 2/4 up there, so I can skip it and move on to the next one. The next one I have is 3/4. I'm going to put an X, and I only have one of those. Next is 4/4. I have 1 and 2. I have now created a line plot, but I need to title it. I can title it down at the bottom or up at the top, but this right here is our title, length of buttons. Once we have created this plot, we can use it to interpret different things. Maybe I want to know how many total buttons she has. Well, for the total, I would count up every X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 total buttons. Or maybe I want to know what one's the biggest amount she has. Well, she has 1/4. There's 3 of them. That's the largest amount she has. Different things like that, we can now use this line plot to help us. Let's take a look at this. I am going to do one more example with you using Google Forms to try and teach you how to use that so that you can take your quiz in just a moment. So first things first is you're going to put in your name. Let me see if I can get mine up. There we go. And then it is going to give you a new set of data. And it says right here, use the picture to order the data. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a look at this picture, and right now on your paper, a piece of paper, I want you to order it from least to greatest. All right, let's see how you did. I'm going to do it off to the side using this web paint. And looks like our denominator is 12, so we're looking for the smallest denominator in 12. Well, 1, 3, 1, 2, 6, 3, or 5. 1 is the smallest numerator, so 1/12 is smaller. Then I can move to the next one. I have 3/12, 1/12, 2/12. Which one is smaller? Well, 1/12 is still smaller. Then I move on to the next one. 3/12, 2/12, 6/12, or 5/12. Well, 2/12 is smaller. I hope this is what you did on your paper when ordering it. I did not have to change any denominators because they're all the same. Let's see what the next one is. We have 3, 6, and 5. Well, 3/12 is smaller. And 3/12 is smaller again, so I need to write it again because there were 2 of those. Now I have 6/12 and 5/12. 5/12 is smaller, and then 6/12 is my largest. There we go. Now I am going to use this and put in my answers. The first fraction is 1/12. The second fraction we had was right here, 1/12 again. So I'm going to put 1/12 again. That is okay because it says up here there are 7 fractions, so you will need to use the same fraction more than once. Just put them in order. The next one is 2/12. After that comes the fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 3/12. This will be easier for you because you will have it on your paper. Then the one after that is 3/12 again. Then we have 5/12. And our 7th fraction, our last one, the biggest, the greatest, is 6/12. This is ordering them the step 1. We just ordered them from least to greatest, and our Google form or quiz showed us how to order them. Next, we are going to make our line plots. So on your paper, using these fractions, go ahead and create a line plot now. All right, let's see how you did. So I have, let me see if I can get rid of this. There we go. So I put all this in order. And I got 1/12 as my smaller number. And there we go. I have 1/12 as my smaller number. And I have 6/12 as my larger. So 1/12 down here, 6/12 down here. Then I have 2/12, 3/12, 4/12, and 5/12. Well, I have 1, 1. Oh, I got to put another one here. Then I have my 2/12. I have 6/12. Make sure to do every single fraction. And there I go. There is my line plots. This is what yours should look like on your paper. And then I have my title of time. Now I am going to show you how to put that in onto the Google form so that you can get those points for doing it correctly. Just like we have our X's, you can put an X. The only difference is they're backwards. So I could not put the numbers on the bottom, they had to go on the top. That's okay. Still put the number that they have. There's 2 here, So 2 here. 2/12 only had 1. 3/12 had 2. 4/12 did not have anything. 5/12 had 1, and 6/12 had 1. Now, I can interpret some things. How many surveys took more than 2/12? See if you can figure that out. All right, let's see how you did. More than 2/12. Well, I'm going to count them. 2/12 is right there, and I want to know how many had more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 had more than 2/12. So right here, I'm going to put 4. What is the difference in hours between the longest time and the shortest time that it took to answer? I'll fix that. Answer the survey. Well, what do I need to do? The difference. That tells me right there, I need to be subtracting. Go ahead and subtract the longest time from the shortest time. Let's see how you did. I have the longest at 6/12 and the shortest at 1/12. So I am going to subtract the two. 6/12 minus 1/12 equals 5. My numerator is 5 and denominator stays the same. My answer is 5/12. Then you're going to submit your quiz, and you have now done ordering your fractions from least to greatest, creating a line plot, and interpreting the different questions. Thank you.